This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
And we'll talk about it after this.
Here we go.
We are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is one of the greatest days of my life, Tony. I've been waiting for a long time to say this. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby the Midnight Express. Are they beautiful or what? You know, I hate to be a first to say I told you so, but I told you so. Mama was so excited right after the match. She swooped us all up, took us home to Louisville, Kentucky, had a big celebration. She even named two of her new racehorses after Dennis and Bobby. So this year we'll win the Kentucky Derby too. Everything's going great for the Midnight Express, the World Tag Team Champions, and rock and roll. I understand you're a little upset. The final phase of the master plan worked just like I wanted it to. You got beat on national television in front of everybody, in front of all your fans. You got humiliated just like I wanted it to happen. We just toyed with them until we got them on national TV, and then we took care of them in rock and roll. If you want to come back and try to get these belts, then you give it your best shot, because you gave it your best shot the night that they changed hands, and your best shot wasn't good enough. You couldn't keep these men from taking the belts off around your waist and putting them on theirs. And let me tell you one more thing. The greatest thing about this is, for weeks and months, I've been coming out here saying that we were the greatest team in wrestling, that we were going to beat the Rock and Roll, that we were going to win the World Tag title. And everybody said, oh, Cornette's got a big mouth. Those guys ain't going to do it. Cornette's got a big mouth, all hot air. And I got 10 million poison pen letters from a bunch of junior high school girls all across America. Well, now there's a lot of people all around the country eating a big plate of crow that said I had a big mouth. And there's a lot of little junior high school teeny boppers that are crying their poor little eyes out. And that's music to my ears. The Rock and Roll Express is going to be here to stay. And one more thing, to paraphrase the words of the greatest single professional athlete in the world today, the world heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, to be the team, you got to beat the team. Ric Flair's the man, and this is the team. And there ain't neither one of them going to fall for a long, long time to come. We are your World Tag Team Champions. Number one, the best there is, and nobody can dispute it as long as these belts stay around these two good-looking waists. And now we got a couple of goofs up in the ring just waiting to get beat up, and that's where we're going.
How great is Jim Cornette, even when he's just freestyling?
Yeah, when he has really, he's the top three in my book. Flair, Arn, Cornette, top three of promos.
Can we talk about what's happening on the other channel here for a minute?
Yeah.
The other tag team champs at the time. So when you're watching in, say, February of 86, you're watching the WWF. It's Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine. Don't get me wrong, two iconic performers.
Yep.
Two over-the-top looks, especially Brutus. But there's no comparing.
None.
The in-ring work between the two. Now, that's going to change at WrestleMania 2. Of course, the British Bulldogs are going to become the new tag team champs. And if we were talking about Davey and Dynamite versus this version of the Midnights, okay, well, now we got something. But, dude, Beefcake and Valentine, no comparison.
No, you're right. I was watching that. I don't know if you noticed how much Dennis was fucking with me or not.
Oh, yeah, the whole time.
Yeah, he just, and I, you know, I'm like, I'm doing my best, like, what the fuck's he doing? But I really enjoyed them fucking with me. And I think they fucked with me because they tried to get me to laugh and right. You know, and break character. They do that all the time. So I want to finish up the story about my niece's wedding.
Please.
She got married, and I think it was 86, could have been 87, 85. It was during these taping times. And it was a big deal and in the family. But I couldn't go because I had to do this, right? Mm-hmm. So I needed to say something about her. And I went to Jimmy and I said, listen, this is the deal. She's close. She's in the family. Please let me say something. He said, go ahead. And so I did a thing just by myself. I don't know if I did it. I can't remember if I did it at the end of an interview. I think I did, where I said their names and I told them that I couldn't be there and I'm very sorry about it. I hope it ends up airing, but I had to really get that cleared. I couldn't just freestyle it, man, because he would have but I had to get it approved. So anytime I would do things like that, you had to have it. Now we can say just about anything we want.
Right.
I mean, if it's a tape show, Tony will watch it, and then he'll get back to me on Monday, says, I didn't want you to say it that way, say it this way. But like, for instance, we had a tape match recently on AEW. I want to see is this the Alabama Jam, or what's he going to do?
Look at the light. Oh, big elbow.
That was a good one, buddy. We recently had a Matt Hardy match. And I referenced the Italian Stallion, Gary Cortinelli, and during the commentary. And the reason I did was because Matt and Jeff, when they were trying to become wrestlers, hooked up with him, and he fucked him out of a bunch of money and treated him like shit. And I know I've talked about him being a con man before. So I referenced the Italian Stallion, Gary Cortinelli, on the AEW tape show. Tony listened to it. Tony said, we need to remove that. That's too inside baseball, which I went, God damn it. I wish I'd done it on a live show, right? Because it would have gotten by. But so anyway, so we say some crazy things, now, but never could have gotten away with it back then, man. It was strict, sell it, talk about the guys, don't talk about yourself, don't talk about what's going on, talk about the wrestlers, call them. And, I always thought that was, and I'm going to say even before my time, Bob Caudle, Gordon Soley, the guys who did it for a long time, Vince McMahon, who did it before me. I always thought that was the magic of being an announcer. And the magic was make these guys, the superstars, seem bigger than life. One, there's the Alabama Jam. And number two, make who they are fighting seem like good athletes, even when it was a pair they didn't. Make them seem like they really beat somebody. Make it seem like a match. And I always thought that was the magic of being a wrestling announcer. That's why I love Bob Caudle and David back in the day, and Gordon Soley and those guys.
Well, that'll get it done.
Well,
I love the way Dennis Condrey, when he was tagged in, he saw, there's a downed opponent, but the other guy, his tag team partner, was about to come in. So he runs over to give him a beating, but on the way, you see Bobby here realize, wait, I'm right by the light. Anyway, he just stepped on the guy on the way across the ring. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
One of the ladies in WWE does it now.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.